Navneet, a question I've always wanted to ask you but couldn't because you were always an active fund manager. Now that you are the managing director and CEO and you have both active and passive funds and schemes under you, there is this debate for a long time on passive versus active. Now it looks like passives are getting popular in India as well. What is your own view? Who should look at an active fund? Who should look at a passive fund? If you could outline this for our viewers.
So while passive is a more recent trend, active funds have a long track record, but even some of our at HDFC, I think our index, I mean, some of the index funds are also go back, almost 20 years. But the flows into the passive funds have been a more recent trend. I have a firm opinion that in India, both active and passive will continue to grow. It won't be one at the cost of the other. For passive to grow, active doesn't have to grow less or degrow like some of the other markets in the world. There has been a phenomenal rise, as I said, in the passive funds growth, but we have to take this view that Indian households are massively underinvested in equities. And there are many ways you can meet the market. One of them is passive fund, one of them is an active fund. Uh, I think active funds will continue to be a very, very large part of the market, but because passive funds are starting from a lower base in terms of AUM, so AUM growth as a percentage could be higher. We are a big believer in active management. In our opinion, India has a material alpha to offer. You look at our funds like HDFC Top 100 or FlexiCap or ELSS or Balance Advantage. We go back like 20, 25 years, and there is long, history of delivering alpha. Whenever there is a rally which is very narrow, there were 2 or 3 years where we saw that only 5, 7 stocks in Nifty were responsible for the entire Nifty return. There was a period where some of these funds didn't deliver good alpha, but as the rally becomes more broad-based, and I think India is in its growth period, supported by various sectors and various themes and various, segments, good returns are likely on the if you do the right stock selection on the active side as well. Now, I mean, we have both. So because you told me about the as an MD and CEO, I think we have 25 plus passive products to help investors participate in the market because we want to be a one-stop shop to our investors. So we have both active as well as passive to choose from.
But for a beginner, do you say that get started, wet your feet with a passive fund, say a Nifty or a Sensex or whatever?
I mean, if you are like before you decide which fund that you want to buy, either a plain vanilla large cap fund, or if you want to maybe start your journey with an index fund also, maybe you can just invest in a Nifty or Sensex index fund.
As always, a pleasure talking to you, Navneet. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule and speaking
Thank
to
you.
investors. I look forward to many more conversations with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.